So now I'll hand over the presentation to Dr. Poonam Khanna, who is Associate Professor of Nutrition, and she's my colleague in Department of Community Medicine and School of Public Health. Over to Dr. Khanna.
Thank you, sir. Handing over to me. Good afternoon, dear participants. This is, I will say, a great opportunity for all of us to interact with each other on this burning issue, trans fats and its health risk. Before starting with my presentation, I would like to name the contributors who have helped me in making of this presentation. One is Dr. Rachna Srivastava. She is DST, woman scientist, and Ms. Rachita Jain, junior demonstrator, nutrition. You know, whenever we think of fat, we say, is it healthy or bad? From my viewpoint, fat is healthy and it is a part of a balanced diet, but we have to take into considerations the unhealthy fats that are around us. And in these days, we are getting aware about and getting a lot many updates on trans fats. Why we need to think of that, what are trans fats, how we can correct our lifestyles to make our life more healthy. So I will start with the history because I found that it is very interesting to know. The Paul Sabatier, you know, he was the French chemist and the first one in 1890s thought of hydrogenation process, and he develops that process. And he was recognized for his work in the year 1912. He's a Nobel laureate. And in 1902, scientist Wilhelm Norman came. And he was the first man who said that trans fat is the man-made fat that will sooner or later will join our food supply. And why did he made this statement? He found that liquid oils can be hydrogenated to form trans fatty acids. And he was patented for this work also. And this is very interesting for all of you to know that Crisco is the first vegetable shortening that was manufactured by Procter & Gamble. And this is the first human-made trans fat by this company. And now comes the World War II. And in this, United States had a great role to play because at that time, the demand for margarine rises and the military personnel, they started rationing the butter also. So it means the consumption of trans fat arose, it raised to the level. Next. After this, in 1957, the American Heart Association first proposes that reducing dietary fats, also known as saturated fats, they are found in butter and beef. And they thought that these can reduce the chances of getting heart disease. And with gradual course of time in 1984, consumer advocacy groups, they said that most fast food companies, they are preparing their hydrogenated oils that are containing lot many trans fat instead of natural source from beef tallow or tropical oils. And in 1993, several scientific studies were conducted. Health advocacy groups called for fast food restaurants stop using these partially hydrogenated oils in deep fryers. And in 2003, Denmark became the first and the only country to regulate trans fat on a national basis. And other countries, they also took the role model of Denmark in the year, I think it was around 2006. That is New York. And in around 2009 to 2011, the other countries like Austria, Iceland, and Switzerland, they also, adopted the same strategy. And there are lot many changes in current scenario also that will be taken up by the next speaker. So what are trans fats? Trans fats are a form of unsaturated fat only, and they are produced through a process known as hydrogenation, in which molecular hydrogen is added to vegetable oil, and that convert the liquid to a semi-solid fat. And I would also like to share that when the oil is subjected to extreme heating conditions, it is converted into trans fat. And repeated use of oil also results in the conversion of cis to trans. Change ho jata hai movement, and then trans fatty acids are formed. These are of two types. Natural, we get from ruminants, like they are also found in milk, meat, etc., but they are not hazardous. And artificially produced uh, oils, these trans fatty acids, they are hazardous to us because we are fabricating the oil. And these are the examples, sources of fats. Trans fats we get from hydrogenated vegetable oils, the fast foods we are eating, cakes, pastries, relishing a lot, even the chocolates, deep fried food. And saturated fatty acids, they come into categories: vegetable, animal fats, coconut, palm, poultry, skin, butter, ghee. And we focus on the consumption of unsaturated fatty acids, that is PUFA, polyunsaturated, and MUFA, monounsaturated. Next. I like this slide. This is a research carried over by a researcher, and they have given the trans fat in Indian sweets and snacks. They collected the samples from the fast food outlets, and they found that in burfi, I will quote the top one example only, burfi. You just see the fat content is 19.7, and total trans fat is 8.4 in this 19.7 gram fat. So trans fatty acids as fat percent we are getting is 42.5. And the highest I found in potato kachori. So think twice how much fat, total trans fat and TFA you are consuming when you are relishing all these foods. Next. Now, why we need to think about we have to stop consumption of trans fats? Because if we are consuming less of healthy oils and consuming more of trans fatty acid rich foods, that will increase the inadequate supply of vitamin E and less supply of essential fatty acids. And this may result in low levels of HDL and changes in the levels of triglycerides. And even the production processes also destroys labile omega-3 acids, especially alpha-linoleic acid. So why the industrial persons, they are focusing on these, making use of these artificially generated trans fatty acids? Because they have longer shelf life and the fat become rancid late. That will increase the shelf life, and it also optimizes the deep fat frying processes. And also the palatability is also, they feel that taste is also good of this trans fatty acids, and cost effective also. So they are thinking of their pockets only. They are thinking less about the public health interest. So other health risks associated with trans fatty acids are the heart disease. There are studies, next slide please, conducted, and it was found that for every extra gram of trans fatty acids consumed per day will increase the risk of heart attack or heart disease by about 5%. And WHO estimates that every year trans fat intake leads to more than 500,000 deaths of people from CVD. The adverse effects of TFA on coronary heart disease are mediated by increase in plasma concentrations and lipoprotein, reduction in high density lipoprotein, promotion of inflammation and endothelial dysfunction, and possible effects on coagulation and displacement of essential fatty acids from membranes. So multiple adverse effects on the consumption of, if we are consuming more of TFAs. Next, please. Now comes the obesity, motapa. There is a greater correlation. Lot many cohort studies, dear audience. I have the link and literature pertaining to all the slides I am sharing with you. So on your interest, we will be forwarding you the link of these PDFs and scientific versions we have. So cohort studies were conducted and they found that there is a relationship between trans fatty acid intake and weight gain. It was also found that 1% energy from TFA would be around 0.45 kg for a 65 kg woman. And that will over 8 years. They will come to know about the results. धीरे धीरे सब कुछ बढ़ेगा. Likewise, waist circumference. 2% of energy from TFA was associated with 2.7 centimeter increase in waist circumference over 9 years. And abdominal fat also deposited in due course of time. Trans fatty acids also have reported effect on diabetes and cancer, colon cancer, reported colon cancer. Animal trials were conducted and it was found that there was increased hepatic de novo lipogenesis leading to steatohepatitis and insulin resistant, reduced insulin sensitivity, and in obese adults with diabetes and hyperlipidemia, TFA diets produced deleterious effects on glucose insulin homeostasis. So the risk is more. And when we talk about colon cancer, distal colorectal cancer was positively associated with trans fatty acid intake. TFA interfere with the fecal matter, distal colon and rectum, and that result in increased proliferation, inflammation, and oxidative stress. So what are the preventive measures? How we can prevent our health? What we may do to prevent us? Next slide, please. Next. Being a good consumer, check for nutritional information on labels for fats, foods, and snacks. Usually, whenever we go to market, we keep on looking at the manufacturing date only. Expired to nahi ho gaya hua hai. And we don't take into consideration the other nutritional information. And especially you have to check the ingredient list for partially hydrogenated oils. If partially or PHVOs they are added, it means that product is containing some amount of trans fats. So we have to be cautious, or we have to avoid the buying processed foods containing PHOs. Another is demand. If you will not feel yourself, if you will not desire to stop the use of trans fat, then nothing will happen. You yourself have to create the demand that I don't want trans fat food. I want trans fat free foods on my table. Avoid unlabeled products such as fried foods and dairy products, and try to cut down the consumption of processed foods. This is the nutritional labeling. These are the fats, saturated fat, trans fat 2 gram. So permissible limit is it should be less than 0.5 gram. So you have to stop the consumption, and you have to make aware your friends and other who are coming in contact with you that you have to take into consideration trans fat as an important concern. Next. This is the same slide. Next. Now, बात कर ली कि हेल्थ रिस्क क्या है, हिस्ट्री क्या है, ट्रांसफैट क्या है, क्या करना है. So I have come up with 3 simple solutions. First solution, at factory level, because for more businesses, FBOs, manufacturing industries, they are preparing their manufacturing their artificially manufactured trans fatty acids. So they may be sensibly make aware about that they may use the natural oil combinations like palm kernel, and coconut, and they may be used in fractions so that a positive health effect may be imparted to the society, to the people, for building healthy nations. Next, solution 2, eating joint level. Restaurants should disclose the use of partially hydrogenated oils in menu points. I think whenever we look into the menu card, we see that menu card बहुत अच्छा बना है. It's so impressive, but we rarely bother about this trans fat. So I think there should be something that they should mention in the footer that this restaurant has prepared food with the oils that are not containing partially hydrogenated oils. And programs also need to be encouraged and insisted that in restaurant, fast food outlets, and even in domestic frying, blends of vegetable oils should be used. Most producers and consumers in India are lacking awareness. So we have to sensitize more and more persons. We have to make them aware. We don't have to wait for the program. Just start generating the information that this is not good. You have to stop it. Now comes the solution 3. Next slide, please. Household level. Because ऊपर ऊपर का देखते रहेंगे तो बेस छूट जाएगा, and we have to think about the base also, that is domestic level, household level. In the Indian food based dietary guidelines for reducing TFAs should be included, and you may advise your moms, your friends, your sisters that do not reheat oil more than 3 times. And preferably, if you have used an oil for deep frying for pakoras or puris, अपना mom को बोलो कि just use that oil for making curries, vegetable preparations and all, instead of reheating it. And if there is no option, then don't heat more than 3 times. Remove all food particles immediately after frying. Avoid oils and fats containing partially hydrogenated vegetable oil. Again, check nutritional information of packed food, foods and snacks. Avoid unlabeled food products such as fried food and dairy, and demand trans fat free food. So I will end with my last slide, that is love it means love unsaturated, polyunsaturated and monounsaturated, because you have to be healthy, you have to lower rates of cardiovascular and all-cause morbidity, you have to control your bad cholesterol and triglyceride levels, you have to provide essential fats to your body. So, limited saturated, that is butter and all, they increases the risk of cardiovascular levels, but for a change in a week or so, you may relish this thing. So you have to limit it and say no to artificial trans fat. Lose it means chhod do isko. Hydrogenated oils, tropical oils, because increased risk of heart disease, raised blood, bad cholesterol levels. So with this presentation, I would like to convey this message: 3L, love, limit, lose. So with this, I end. Thank you so much. These are the references for your knowledge. You may contact and follow us on our web page. So thank you so much. Namaskar.